This is a follow-up video to a video that I made earlier about finding the water leak and how the drywall needs to be removed, or at least one method of removing it. And just wanted to point out that in this video we will be fixing the water leak, and these are some of the tools that we will need. Some type of a MAPP gas propane with a torch, and you don't have to get this one, you can get a different one. Wire brush, flux, sandpaper, solder, and a copper pipe. And you might need some fittings. Now, in this part here, I'm actually going to show you something that didn't work, in hopes that you don't follow the same mistake I made. But I tried to just remove this pipe. This is the one that's damaged. And I was going to try and reuse these fittings, and it didn't work out well for me. So I went ahead, removed it, cut another pipe, got it ready, except I couldn't get the inside of these fittings clean. It was really hard. It's a lot easier to clean the outside of the fittings, and I don't recommend reusing your fittings either. You can knock yourself out, but for a couple dollars, maybe you can just get some different fittings. And but this is what I kind of ended up with. The pipe went in about maybe a 1/16 of an inch on each side. And this is kind of it, and that's not going to do me any good. I was hoping that I'd be able to heat this up and it would pop right in. I've had that happen before, but it didn't work out. So when I was done, I had to take off the pipe off and then take the fittings off so that I could clean these pipes. And usually it doesn't take much to clean the pipes. But again, you can see, look at all the solder that's on it right now. And went ahead and cleaned everything off. You can see here, and it didn't take me long. Probably took me about, I'm guessing, about a minute per pipe, but you can see where it's nice and clean there. And then I went ahead and cut the pipe in the fittings, attached the fittings to it, and then put it together. And this was a lot easier than trying to get that thing to snap back together. So there it is, soldered, and there's a close-up of it. So I'm not going to go into all the details, like I said, of the video, but I think I do have some other videos on soldering pipes together, and of course I could always make some more if needed. There's the damaged pipe right there. We can see it, and it hadn't been leaking for too long, but I'm guessing the hole was right around here. Now here's something I recommend doing, and remember, this was the water supply line to the refrigerator. So I got a bucket and I went ahead and turned the valve on to blow out all of the crud, and you just wouldn't believe how much of the crud came out. And of course this is going to be fragments of solder and stuff that is on the inside of the pipe that you can't see. And you can always hook the hose up to it, hook the hose up, and then put the hose in the bucket. That would be a little easier than what I did here. But here's what I kind of ended up with in the bucket, and I'm assuming this is a piece of solder. I didn't clean the bucket out before I used it, otherwise we could have examined it a little better, but I can tell you that there were fragments of metal that sank to the bottom in the bucket. Now be warned, if you do not clean out these pipes, then these little fragments of solder or whatever gets in those pipes I'm not saying it will, but it can get stuck in your valves. This would be your shower valves, toilet valves, or even parts to the refrigerator that supply the water, or to the ice maker, stuff like that. Or I hate to say it, you could end up with this stuff in your ice. So I have seen a lot of stuff before, including that crud in the ice from something like this. So will I admit to who did it? Maybe one day. Another thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you strap the pipes, make sure that they cannot move. I'm not suggesting that this was the problem at all, but since I took it apart and I could move these pipes a little bit, I went ahead and strapped it. And of course, there is the remnants of the damage. And in the next video, I will go over how I fixed the drywall. But you're going to need to cut some type of a square, something that can be replaced. So I just took and ran it along the joist, cleaned out all the debris here, along the edge here. And then, of course, got the old handy fan out. And the fan, I would imagine, I let this run for, I'm guessing 3 days at least, until I felt everything was dry, and then put the drywall in. And that will be in the next video. So I will put a link here for that. And hopefully this is making some sense to you. Like I said, I understand I'm not going through step by step. I make video. I have video of this, and I'm just not very good with the camera getting in there and the lighting. Hopefully one day I will improve that and have some more videos, action videos of work going on.